Jamie Foxx, the man who lit up Hollywood with his humor, charisma, and unmatched talent, shocked the world in 2023 when reports surfaced that he had suffered a sudden medical emergency while filming a movie in Atlanta. For weeks, details were scarce, and fans grew increasingly worried as family members released vague statements asking for prayers. The silence was haunting, with speculation swirling about the severity of his condition. For a man always so present in the spotlight, his sudden disappearance left a void that could not be ignored. The tragedy was not just the uncertainty but the painful reminder that even the brightest stars are vulnerable. Fans waited desperately, hoping for clarity, while whispers of complications only deepened the heartbreak. Before the tragedy, Jamie Foxx had carved one of the most versatile careers in entertainment history. Born Eric Marlon Bishop in Terrell, Texas, he discovered early that comedy and music would be his escape from small-town struggles. His big break came in the 1990s on In Living Color, where his outrageous characters made him a household name. From there, his career exploded into acting, stand-up, music, and even hosting. He wasn't just talented, he was unstoppable, a performer who could make audiences laugh one moment and cry the next. His ability to transform himself into any role made him beloved, and his energy seemed limitless. No one could imagine that this larger-than-life presence would one day face such devastating health challenges. Fox's crowning achievement came in 2004 when he portrayed Ray Charles in the biopic Ray. His performance was nothing short of extraordinary, earning him an Academy Award for Best Actor. It was the role that proved he wasn't just a comedian but a dramatic force capable of embodying legends. This win cemented his place in Hollywood's elite, opening doors to music collaborations with Kanye West and roles in blockbuster films like Collateral and Django Unchained. For Jamie, Ray was more than a film, it was redemption, proof that his talents transcended categories. But even at the peak of his success, Foxx carried the quiet weight of personal battles, struggles he rarely revealed to the public, but that added a haunting layer to his story. In April 2023, news broke that Jamie Foxx had suffered what his family called a medical complication. The exact details remained unclear, but insiders later revealed he had been rushed to the hospital and was under intensive care. For weeks, his daughter Corinne Foxx released updates saying her father was recovering, but the lack of specifics worried millions. Rumors spread wildly, some claimed strokes, others suggested long-term complications. What hurt the most was the secrecy, leaving fans desperate for answers. Jamie's sudden absence from projects like his Netflix film Back in Action with Cameron Diaz became symbolic of the fragility of life. The man who once seemed untouchable was now fighting for survival, his future uncertain and his fans heartbroken. Jamie's health crisis forced him to step away from nearly every professional commitment. Projects were paused, promotions cancelled, and filming schedules adjusted. For Hollywood, losing Jamie, even temporarily, was devastating. He had become one of the industry's most bankable stars, equally capable of carrying comedies, dramas, and action films. But beyond the business impact, his absence left a cultural void. Jamie wasn't just an actor, he was a musician, a comedian, and a voice of joy for millions. To see him sidelined by health struggles at the height of his career was heartbreaking. The tragedy was not only what he endured but what the world missed: the performances, the laughter, the music that might never come the same way again. Even before his health scare, Jamie Foxx's life had not been without struggle. He spoke openly about growing up without his parents, raised instead by his grandmother in Texas, who became his anchor. His personal relationships often drew headlines, from romances with celebrities like Katie Holmes to the challenges of balancing fame with privacy. Behind the charisma, Jamie carried scars of abandonment, responsibility, and the pressures of superstardom. These struggles, though rarely spotlighted, added depth to his persona. He wasn't just a man of triumph, he was also a man of pain, and his health crisis only magnified the fragility of the human behind the fame. It revealed that Jamie's story was one of survival as much as it was of success. Throughout his health crisis, Jamie's family became his lifeline. His daughter Corinne emerged as his strongest advocate, offering carefully worded updates and asking the world to keep faith. She revealed that her father had been playing pickleball and even laughing with loved ones in recovery, trying to assure fans that he was on the mend. But the guarded optimism also showed the severity of what Jamie had endured. His family, always protective of his privacy, became the shield between him and the public, ensuring he could recover without the added burden of constant scrutiny. Their devotion was unwavering, but their silence spoke volumes about how close the world had come to losing one of its brightest stars. The outpouring of love from fans during Jamie's crisis was overwhelming. Millions took to social media, sharing memories of his performances, his music, and the joy he brought into their lives. Celebrities like Kevin Hart, Martin Lawrence, and LeBron James publicly sent prayers and well wishes, reminding the world of Jamie's wide-reaching impact. Candlelight vigils were even held by fans who feared the worst, showing how deeply his art had touched people. The tragedy of Jamie's health scare was not just his own, it belonged to everyone who had been moved by his work. The collective grief and hope showed how rare it is for one man to hold such a special place in both Hollywood and the hearts of everyday people. By late 2023, Jamie Foxx reappeared in a video, addressing fans and thanking them for their prayers. He admitted he had gone through a medical journey he never thought he would face, one that tested him in ways unimaginable. His words carried the weight of someone who had seen the brink and returned. In 2024, he made limited appearances, slowly rejoining the public eye but noticeably more reserved. While fans celebrated his return, it was clear Jamie was forever changed. The tragedy was not only in what had happened but in the lingering uncertainty of how much he had truly recovered. His road back was inspiring, but it was also fragile, reminding fans that nothing is guaranteed. Jamie's absence created a ripple effect in Hollywood. Productions had to pivot, and younger stars were thrust into roles once meant for him. Some in the industry quietly acknowledged that Fox's health scare was a wake-up call about the human toll of the relentless demands placed on actors. Behind the scenes, producers began talking more openly about contingency plans when stars face crises. But for those who knew Jamie personally, the focus was not on business, it was on the man himself. His charm, his laughter, and his kindness on set were irreplaceable. The tragedy was that even if Hollywood moved forward, the industry would never quite be the same without Jamie fully in its orbit. Even in the face of tragedy, Jamie Foxx's legacy shines bright. His Academy Award, Grammy wins, and countless performances prove his unmatched versatility. But his true legacy lies in the way he connected with people, through laughter, music, and heartfelt performances. In 2025, as updates confirmed that Jamie was continuing therapy and easing back into work, fans realized his resilience was as much a part of his story as his success. The tragedy, then, is not just his suffering, it's the reminder of how close we came to losing a legend. His legacy is still being written, shaped now not only by triumphs but also by survival and perseverance. At 57, Jamie Foxx remains a symbol of both greatness and fragility. His sudden medical crisis reminded the world that even the strongest, most vibrant stars can be dimmed in an instant. The heartbreaking truth is that Jamie's life has forever changed, and so has the way the world sees him. He is no longer just the comedian, the actor, or the musician, he is the survivor who fought his way back when hope seemed uncertain. For fans, his story is both inspiring and devastating, a reminder to cherish the moments we share with the artists who shape our lives. Jamie Foxx's tragedy is beyond heartbreaking because it shows us the cost of brilliance, the burden of fame, and the fragile humanity of even our brightest stars.